Hey, Namaste yogis, welcome. Today we're going to do a short, sweet practice that is geared toward yoga for athletes, or those of you who maybe consider yourself like a weekend warrior, or you do a lot of sports and activities on the weekends, and you really need to loosen up tight muscles. You want to be able to still play your sport no matter what. So do you have a couple blocks or anything that can work like blocks, a couple pillows toward the top of the mat? Bring yourself to hands and knees for a moment, a little rock and sway. As I often do, just starting with a few cat-cows, integrating the inhale as you arch, the exhale as you round. Really simple, inhaling chest forward and up. Exhaling, scoop the belly and round. 2 more. Now walk your hands forward a few centimeters past the shoulders, brighten all 10 fingers. Take your inhale. Hug the low belly in, exhale, lift your hips and simply pull back to down dog. On your next inhale, climb high on your tippy toes. When you exhale, just reach your right heel toward the earth. Inhale high on your tippy toes. Exhale, left heel toward the earth. Inhale high on your tippy toes. Let both heels start to release toward the floor. Take another deep breath in. Let it out. Now walk your feet a little closer to each other and maybe slightly closer to your hands for stability. Press into your thumb, first finger, bend the knees a little bit more and reach your booty up and back. Now stretch the right leg to the sky, down dog split. You're going to bend your right knee, take a few breaths here, looking right, kicking that right leg, opening to open the quad and hip flexor. And then you're going to take that right knee towards your right tricep, hovering for just a moment, and lift through the belly, the core. And then step it wide to the outside of your right hand, right wrist. This is the lizard. I'm going to circle it out, little rock and sway. I'm going to offer up lots of variations. You choose to go as far as works for your body. Back knee comes down, slide your back foot back. Take your heart forward, maybe using blocks or the earth, and coming down to your forearms. And a little rock and sway, a little circle here. Most people are going to want to let the right foot rock onto its right side. Spread the toes if you're going there. And you can start to press on the inner right thigh. Not the knee, not the bony structure, but the muscly part of the leg. Now lastly, you can get into that back quad. I often come up onto my hands first. I circle the right arm and I reach for that back ankle. And then as you exhale, maybe you're able to draw it closer. And as you inhale, maybe you gently kick it away. Stretching the quads, the hips. And then gently into that chest, that shoulder, the attachment of the two. Still working in that right hip, right glute in the front leg. Take another breath or 2. Now no slingshot. If you're holding the back foot, release it. We're all going to heel to the right foot in. And using fingertips or blocks here. Hips are over the back knee. Straightening out the right leg. Turn your toes up. Melt your right hip back and down. And in most bodies, getting into this half split is enough. Just folding forward and down. Taking a few more breaths to let your hamstring, your calf open. For others, maybe taking a block on its shorter medium height, even 2, under the right hamstring. Slide it out, chest moves upright. And we breathe here, moving toward a full split. Either way, curling the back toes under, squaring the hips more is challenging, but in a very good way. And we take another breath or 2. Loosening up where you can. Final exhales if you're with me. And then do use the inhale to come up. Not always the most graceful transition. Do your best. Curling the back toes under, step to down dog, pedaling your heels. Maybe climbing high on tippy toes in between sides. And letting out a big old sigh. Left leg will lift. Exhale to start to open that hip, give it a few kicks, a little extra movement. Then we're going to take that left knee toward our left tricep and hold here for a breath. End of your next exhale, step wide to the outside. Little rock, sway, circle, heading toward lizard on side 2. Back knees coming down, slide your foot back, take your heart forward. Maybe melting down to the ground or onto those blocks. Are you already on the outer edge of your left foot? Allow for it if that knee agrees. And then checking in with how you're feeling, perhaps you go even further. Hands on the earth or blocks. Forearms can also stay put. Pressing gently on the meaty part of the thigh. And or starting to reach, to twist, to take a hold of that back foot or ankle. And drawing your heel in. And then inhaling, kind of kick it away. And your gaze can even move with you. Letting the breath, as we reference in yoga, prana, life force, flow. Last moments, hang where you need to hang, linger where you need to linger. Back foot releases, no slingshot. Walk the left foot in a little bit. We're talking centimeters, a couple inches at most. Left heel slides forward, your left hip draws back. They're stacked over the knee. And then a little ebb and flow to melt into that half fold. A little more attention to detail if you're going into the full split. And maybe using the block or blocks underneath your hamstring. Sliding it out, torso moves upright. And whether you're in the half or full, curling the back toes under at some point to help square the back hip forward is key. I didn't talk about adding arms, but of course you could, Hanuman. Most importantly, adding breath in the pose. Final exhale or 2. And if there's any shaking going on, which on this side I have a little, that's a good thing. Stuff's waking up. Stuff's finally being released. Breathe that shit out. Inhale, start to lift. Take it slow. Bend the front knee, curl the back toes, walk it to a dog. Little pedaling of the heels, little swaying of the hips. Walk your hands now back to meet your feet. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Interlacing fingers or grabbing onto a strap, arms gently reaching up and over. Couple more exhales, just letting that release happen or turning from side to side. Use the strength of the legs. Inhale to come up. And exhale at the top. A shoulder roll or 2, standing or seated. Maybe join your palms. Noticing those shifts. Letting this be a post-workout practice or pre-workout practice. But allowing yourself to continue to be that athlete that you know you are for years to come. Namaste, y'all.